Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the continuation of Algebra 5, Part 3. And we have list of problems here. If you want to anticipate the solutions, you may do so by pausing the video. So this is problem 15. A vote to decide whether a party is to be held in the beach or in the mountain resulted in a victory for the beach location. The total voters is 31. However, if two persons had changed their votes from favoring the beach to favoring the mountains, the mountain side would have won by one vote. How many of the group were favoring the beach location? So we will call the number of those who favor the beach location for their party as n sub b, and we'll call that x. Meanwhile, or likewise, the number of votes favoring the mountainside would be 31 minus x. And these numbers are not equal because on the first place, the total voters is 31 and this is odd. Now, it is mentioned here that the voting resulted in a victory for the beach location. So therefore, these two numbers are not equal. X is greater than 31 minus x. Then let's have this statement here. However, if two persons had changed their votes from favoring the beach to favoring the mountains, the mountain side would have won by one vote. So for this situation, the number of those who favor in the beach location would be x minus 2. And these two, the number of the voters for the mountain side would increase by adding this number by 2. So 31 minus x plus 2. These two numbers are not equal, and it is mentioned here that the mountain side would have won by one vote. So meaning to say this number here, the mountain side, is 1 greater than the number of those in this equation after we subtract 2. So for these two to be equal, we should add 1 here so that they are now equal. So x minus 2 plus 1, and this number is now equal to this. So equals 31 minus x plus 2. Simplifying, x minus 1 equals 33 minus x. So again, x minus 1 equals 33 minus x. Then 2x equals 34. So that means x is 17. Having found x is 17, then the number of voters for the mountainside is 14. 31 minus 17 is 14. But anyway, that's just for verifying that the beach location, many favor the beach location. So if we apply the condition x minus 2, so 15, then 14 plus 2, 16. So that's why if two had changed their vote, two persons had changed their vote from favoring the beach to favoring the mountains, then the mountain side would have won by one vote. That checks. So that's why 2x is 34, x is 17. Problem 16. A meeting of several transport group leaders was held to decide whether they should strike or not. It was arranged that during the counting, those in favor should remain standing and those against it should sit down. In due course, the acting chairman announced that the motion is carried by a majority equal to exactly a quarter of the opposition. Quarter of those who are not in favor of the strike. A man protested, saying some of them could not sit down because there were not enough chairs. So the chairman decided that those who wanted to sit down but couldn't will raise their right hand. He counted a dozen and then announced the motion is lost by a majority of one. So how many transport leaders were in that meeting? So for the solution, let us denote X as those who are in favor of a strike and Y as those who are uh, against the strike. During the first voting, this number X is greater than that of Y. And in fact, X is equal to, so because X is greater than Y, for them to be equal, then X should be equal to Y plus 1/4 of Y, as mentioned here, quarter of the opposition. So exact, the acting chairman announced that the motion is carried by a majority equal to exactly a quarter of the opposition. So this is the opposition, those who are against a strike. So X is equal to Y. For these two to be equal, X is equal to Y plus 1/4 of Y. So that means X is 5/4 of Y. Then, during the second voting, the opposition is now for this situation, the opposition won the voting by a majority of one vote only. So the number of votes received by those who are in favor of a strike by this situation here is X minus 12, and this is less than, so the other 12 should be on the other side, so Y plus 12. For these two to be the same, then we must subtract this right side of the inequality by 1. So that is, for these two numbers to be equal, X minus 12 should be equal to Y plus 12 minus 1. So simplifying, because X is 5/4 of Y, we substitute 5/4 of Y here, then minus Y, then 12 plus 12, 24 minus 1 equals 23. So 5/4 of Y for X minus Y equals 23. So solving for Y, this is Y over 4 equals 23. So Y equals 92. So Y is 92. X therefore is 5/4 of 92. And that is equal to 115. The total number of transport group leaders is now equal to 115 plus 92. And it is equal to 207. So that's it for this part of the video. Problem 17. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are the reciprocals of the roots of the equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So take note that the roots of ax squared plus bx plus c, the original quadratic equation, is 0 are from the quadratic formula we already derived. Root 1 is negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and root 2 is negative b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, therefore, the new roots, as mentioned here, are the reciprocals of these roots. So root 1, or the new root, it is equal to the reciprocal 2a over negative b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac, while the second root would be 2a over negative b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So if we add the roots, R1 plus R2, and you'll have 2A over negative B plus square root of B squared minus 4AC plus 2A over negative B minus square root of B squared minus 4AC. The LCD therefore is these denominators, which are conjugates, especially for the radical part. So if we simplify, we have negative 2AB, then minus 2A square root of B squared minus 4AC in the numerator. Then we have another negative 2AB, then plus 2A square root of B squared minus 4AC. So that means the other term, 2A square root of B squared minus 4AC, will be out. The net value in the numerator, therefore, is negative 4AB. And since the LCD is the product of these two denominators, if we get the product, it is negative B squared, or simply B squared, minus quantity B squared minus 4AC. So that's the product of the LCD, or denominators. So negative 4AB in the numerator. In the denominator, we have the net value is 4AC. So negative 4AB over 4AC is negative B over C. So the new roots, the new sum of the roots is negative B over C. Likewise, the product of the new roots would be the product of these two. So 2A over negative B plus square root of B squared minus 4AC times 2A over negative B minus square root of B squared minus 4AC. And again, the denominator, if we obtain the product, the denominator would be equal to negative B quantity squared, or B squared, minus quantity B squared minus 4AC. So the denominator is 4AC, while the numerator is 2A times 2A, 4A squared. So 4A squared over 4AC is A over C. So again, the product of the roots would be A over C. Then we substitute into the formula x squared plus the negative of sum of the roots, or x squared minus sum of the roots, or simply x squared plus negative sum of the roots. Remember Stillhat's formula. Then plus product of the roots equals 0. So substitute x squared. Then we have minus, then negative B over C, then plus product of the roots, which is A over C, equals 0. So x squared minus quantity negative B over C of x plus A over C equals 0. Then we multiply everything by C, and therefore the quadratic equation whose roots are the reciprocals of the roots of this equation is now cx squared plus bx plus a. So in other words, to easily recall this situation, we just interchange the coefficient of the original quadratic equation a by this constant c, and the coefficient of the second degree term would now be the constant, so that the roots of this new quadratic equation would be the reciprocals of the roots of this original quadratic equation. So that's it for that problem. Problem 18, we have, in what ratio must tea costing 240 pesos per kilogram be mixed with tea costing 340 pesos per kilogram, so that a profit of 20% is made by selling the mixture at 360 pesos per kilogram? So for the solution, let us denote X as the amount of tea sold at 240 pesos per kilogram, and Y as the amount of tea sold at 340 pesos per kilogram. We will call the price P, as the price of the mixed tea without a profit, because without a profit, we just blend the two teas, different teas, and it should be equated to the resulting price without a profit times x plus y, because that's the principle. So 240 times x plus 340 times y is equal to the price of mixed tea without a profit, then times x plus y, where p is the price of mixed tea without a profit. So this 360 pesos is the selling price that will earn a profit. So because this is the price of the mixed tea without a profit, so that means we equate 1.2 of P, or P plus the profit of 20% should be equated to this price 360 pesos. So P plus 0.2, or 20% of P, equals 360 pesos per kilogram. Solving for the price of the mixed tea without a profit, P is equal to 300 pesos per kilograms. So having found this P, we substitute into this equation here so that we get the ratio of the two different T's. So that is 240x plus 340y equals 300 times quantity x plus y. So we have 340y minus 300y is 40y, and 300x minus 240x is 60x. So 40y equals 60x. Therefore, x over y is 40 over 60, or 2/3. X over y is 2/3. So x as to y, therefore, is equal to 2 as to 3. So that's the ratio. The ratio of the tea costing at 240 pesos per kilogram to that of the tea costing at 340 pesos per kilogram is 2 as to 3. So problem 19. A given alloy contains 20% copper and 5% tin. How many pounds of copper and of tin must be melted with 100 pounds of the given alloy? So this is the given alloy. To produce another alloy analyzing 30% copper and 10% tin. All percentages are by weight. So let us denote X as the number of pounds of copper required, and Y as the number of pounds of tin required. So for the copper, so we equate pure amount of copper from this original alloy to be added by X pounds of copper, this one, in order to get 30% copper. And the total amount would be 100 plus X plus Y, because the original alloy has also tin on it. So for the first equation, 0.20 times 100 plus X pounds of copper is equal to 30%, or 0.3 of 100 plus X plus Y, because tin is also involved here, but tin is 0% copper, of course, so that's why it's not included in the left side. So we only have 20% of 200, or 0.2 of 100 rather, plus X pounds of copper, so supposedly plus 0% copper times Y, because it is pure tin, is equal to 0.3 times quantity 100 plus X plus Y. So simplifying, we have x minus 0.3x, so 0.7x, then minus 0.3y, then 0.3 times 130 minus 0.2 times 120, 30 minus 20 is 10. So simplifying this equation, 0.7x minus 0.3y equals 10. Call that equation 1. Then we now proceed to equating pure amount of tin. So we have in the second part 0.05 of 100 plus y pure plus tin, y pounds of tin, plus 0% of x because copper is 0%. Then I will not just include it in the formulation of the equation because it will still be 0. Then equals 10% or 0.1 of quantity 100 plus x plus y. So 0.05 of 100 plus y plus supposedly 0 of x equals 10% of quantity 100 plus x plus y. So simplifying, this is equal to, this equation would be equal to negative 0.1 of x. So we transpose 0.1 of x to the left, negative 0.1 of x, then plus 0.9 of y, then equals 0.1 of 110 minus 0.05 of 105. 10 minus 5 is 5. So again, negative 0.1 of x plus 0.9 of y equals 5. Equation 2. Solving these two equations simultaneously, we get x equals 17.5 pounds, which is copper, and y, which is tin, is equal to 7.5 pounds. That's for that problem. Then problem 20, in a mixed company of Malaysians, Vietnamese, Singaporeans, Thais, and Filipinos, the Malaysians are 1 less than 1/3 of the Filipinos and 3 less than half the Vietnamese. The Filipinos and Thais outnumber the Singaporeans and Vietnamese by 3. The Singaporeans and Filipinos form 1 less than half the company, and the Singaporeans and Vietnamese form 7/16 of the company. So how many Filipinos were there? So let's have the first algebraic translation. So we have 5 different uh, uh, 5 different nationalities: Malaysians, Vietnamese, Singaporeans, Thais, and Filipinos. We're looking for the number of Filipinos, but we will also look for the others just to complete this, the solution to this problem. So it is mentioned here that the Malaysians M are 1 less than 1/3 of the Filipinos. So that would be M is equal to 1/3 of the Filipinos minus 1. 1 less than 1/3 of the Filipinos. So that is stated as M equals 1/3 of F minus 1. So that is 1 less than 1/3 of the Filipinos, the Malaysians. So simplifying this by multiplying everything by 3, we have F minus 3M equals 3. F minus 3M equals 3. Call that equation 1. Then the Malaysians are also 3 less than half the Vietnamese. So to express this in algebra, M is equal to 3 less than half the Vietnamese means 1/2 of the Vietnamese minus 3. So M equals 1/2 of V minus 3. Multiply everything by 2 and simplify. We have 2M minus V equals negative 6. Call that equation 2M minus V equals negative 6. Equation 2. Then for the next statements, the Filipinos and Thais outnumbers the Singaporeans and Vietnamese. So meaning the combined number of Filipinos and Thais is greater than the combined number of Singaporeans and Vietnamese by 3. So for them to be equal, F plus Thais equals Singaporean plus Vietnamese plus 3. So that should be the equation. F plus T equals Singaporean plus Vietnamese plus 3. Simplifying this equation, then we have F minus V minus F minus V plus Thais minus S equals 3. Call that equation 3. Then we have a statement here, and the Singaporean and Vietnamese S plus V form 7. The Singaporeans and Filipinos, rather, S plus F, form 1 less than half the company. So meaning to say, S plus F is the total number of the different nationalities mentioned, the 5 of them, minus 1. So because this is stated that the Singaporeans and the Filipinos form 1 less than half the company. Sorry, 1/2 of the total number of nationalities, then minus 1. So that is Singaporeans plus Filipinos equals 1/2 of F, Filipinos, Malaysians, Vietnamese, Thais, Singapore over 2, 1/2 of that, then minus 1. So that's the translation of this statement. And the Singaporeans and the Vietnamese, let's simplify this first by multiplying everything by 2. So 2S plus 2F equals F plus M plus V plus T plus S minus 2. So simplifying further and call this equation 4, 2F minus F is F. So F minus Malaysians minus Vietnamese, then minus Thais plus Singaporeans, 2S minus S is S, equals negative 2. Call that equation 4. F minus M minus V minus T plus S equals negative 2, equation 4. Then lastly, let's translate this statement. Singaporeans and Vietnamese, S plus V, form 7 over 16 of the company. So S plus V is 7 over 16 of Filipinos, Malaysian, Vietnamese, Thais, and Singapore. So quantity 7 over 16 of quantity Filipinos, Malaysian, Vietnamese, Thais, Singaporeans. So cross multiply, we have 16S plus 16V equals 7F, 7M, 7V, 7T, 7S. So if we simplify that, then transpose to the left, negative 7F, negative 7M plus 9V, because 16V minus 7V is 9V, then minus 7T, then plus 9S again, because 16S minus 7S is 7S, or sorry, 9S, then equals 0. So negative 7F minus 7M plus 9V minus 7P plus 9S equals 0. Call that equation 5. Then we add equations 3 and 4 so that we want only to have 3 unknowns. So if we add equations 3 and 4, Thais will be eliminated, Singaporeans will be eliminated, leaving Filipinos, Malaysians, and Vietnamese as the unknowns. Filipinos, Malaysians, Malaysians, Vietnamese, Filipinos, Malaysians, Vietnamese. So we can solve the problem using by 3 equations, 3 unknowns. So after we add, we have 2F minus M minus 2V, eliminated T, eliminated S, equals 1. So we have 2f minus m minus 2v equals 1 equation, but call that equation 3, 4, or 34. We can now solve simultaneously equations 1, 2, and 3, 4. And after we solve these three equations simultaneously, we get the number of Filipinos equals 24, the number of Malaysians 7, the number of Vietnamese 20. So if we continue, then from equation 5 here, from this equation, we have 9 V plus 9S, or 9 of V plus S equals 7 times quantity F plus N plus T. From equation 5. So 9 times V plus S, this one is equal to transpose negative 7 to the right. So positive 7 of Filipinos plus Malaysian plus Thais. So substitute the value of value of, because V plus S is also equal to F plus T minus 3 from this equation. So F plus T minus 3 equals V plus S if we transpose it to the right. So we replace V plus S by F plus T minus 3 here. So 9 times quantity F plus T minus 3 equals 7 times quantity F plus N plus T. So from there, 9 times F plus T minus 7 times F plus T is 2 times F plus T, then minus 27. What remains in the right side is 7N. So 2 times quantity F plus T minus 9 times 3, 27 equals 7M. Again, we combine 9 times quantity F plus T with 7 times quantity F plus T. So that's why we have 2 times quantity F plus T. Then 9 times negative 3, negative 27, then minus, then equals 7M. So substitute the value of F, which is 24, and M, which is 7. So 2 times quantity 24 plus T minus 27 equals 7 times 7. So 49 plus 27 is 49 plus 27 is 76. 76 divided by 2, 38. 38 minus 24 is 14. So T is, number of ties is 14. And from equation 3 here, substitute. We have 24 minus 20, then plus 14 minus Singaporeans equals 3. So number of Singaporeans is 24 minus 24 plus 14, 18 minus 3, 15. So the number of Singaporeans is 15. So that's it for this video.